Hi, it's me. This is for my friend Sam who asked me to list my favorite romantic characters as well as friendships. I also would like to say happy birthday to you, Sam. I love you a lot. You make living slightly better. I mean, being alive slightly better. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. I'll start off with friendships. What I would like to say quickly is that I went through my Goodreads and like it was so nice really discovering what I really loved about these books and these characters and like reading my old reviews and also just like hate reading people's one-star reviews of my favorite books and just like seething quietly behind my phone. And yeah, anyway, let's go. So at number one, I mean, there's not top five like from worst to best. It's just like top five. From number one is Francis and Aled in Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. What I really love about this friendship is that at the beginning, Francis is like emphasizes that this isn't about romantic love because there's such a huge emphasis on that in young adult literature lately. And what I love about them is that they're both artists. Francis illustrates as an art, like draws and everything, and Aleda is like a podcaster for this like popular podcast on YouTube called University, and the book talks about like the stresses and this emphasis on school and the kind of pressures and the stress that they're going to where Aled gets into a breakdown at some point in the book and there's a rescue mission that goes on basically. And I really love this book. It has like a special place in my heart. And yeah, I really love the fact that it's like the emphasis is like it's platonic love and the fact that this is also like an important aspect of love. Number two is not necessarily a book, it's books. It's like four books and it's the girls call the wallflowers from the Lisa Clay Pass books, and these are historical romances. And the wallflowers include Annabelle, Lillian, Daisy, as well as Evie. At the beginning of the first wallflower book, which is narrated by Annabelle, or it's like seen through Annabelle's eyes, they realize that hey, we are wallflowers in this society, we are outcasts, and Annabelle, for example, is getting a bit old, and she's poor kind of thing, and we need to get husbands basically. And so their mission goes. And what I really love about these young women is that they're so carefree. I mean, they know that they have this mission that they all need to be married at some point and they're hunting for husbands kind of thing. And they do fall in love, luckily, and they don't have to marry people they're not really in love with. But I really love that. And they're so playful as well, and they're so witty, and I love that fact. Any women who are on a mission to get to their goals met have like a special place in my heart. I'm talking a lot about my heart today. And then number three is the Walsh sisters, again in like five books, and the Walsh sisters are Claire, Maggie, Rachel, Anna, and Helen. Anyone who knows me knows how much I love Marian Keyes, and what I just really love about this book, as much as I said at the beginning, like with Francis and Aled, that there's an emphasis on the friendship. But what I like about this book, there's not much that heavy emphasis on the fact that they are friends, but like you can really see that there is like some bond between them. Obviously, they're siblings, they're sisters, but like I like the fact that they're there for each other, and I see them counting each other as friends, and they all go through like trials and tribulations. Like currently I'm rereading Anna's book, which is anybody out there, and I know that I'm not even there yet, but I know at some point when Anna realizes and comes to terms that her husband is dead, she goes to Rachel. And I remember like reading this when I was in grade 8 and finding so much like that connection between Anna and Rachel when Anna's like Aiden is dead, and how there for her Rachel was just like, yeah. I think I did cry. I probably will cry again this time. I don't know, because young me was a bit more emotional than I am now. Number four is Noah and Brian and I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. They do turn into lovers at some point, but I really also love the friendship aspect of their story, because at the beginning of the book they're just there for each other, being adventurous, collecting rocks, the metaphors everywhere. This book is so heavy on the metaphors, and some people really hate that, and it puts them off the book because there is kind of like some flowery language, but I really love the metaphors and the subtext, because and the Noah realizing the subtext as well as Brian, because at some point when they realized oh my gosh, we love each other in a romantic and sexual way, Noah's like hi at some point, and then like behind the text in italics is like I love you, and then Brian is like dude, and then in italics again is like so much, and it's probably cheesy, but I love it so much. It's just, I love this book. Yeah. And then number 5 is The Golden Trio, so from the Harry Potter books by J.K. Rowling. I love the fact that like I wouldn't even have cared if there weren't any romantic pairings in this long ass series, because I love the fact that they're willing to do what needs to be done to defeat evil, basically, and the fact that they're there for each other, and the fact that all 3 of them have special kind of gifts is just love it. Yeah, and also like when they're all older, there's like some hilarious aspects to it. I love the humor. And then I will get into the romances. At number 1 is Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm rereading this. I first read this in high school sometime, and I've always watched the movie. I always make time to watch the movie because I love it. I love Keira Knightley. I just love that tension, that like flinch at some point in the book, that hand flinch. And I love the fact that it's a slow burn. And now that I'm rereading this again, I'm rereading a lot of things. Just like rediscovering the text, I missed a lot of details when I was young because I wasn't familiar with this kind of writing. Not that I am now. I just love the fact that Mr. Darcy, from the beginning of the book, is like very much infatuated with Elizabeth and has this love for her and this crush on her. And Elizabeth is so oblivious to the fact that, hey, this man loves you. And I mean, at some point, obviously, she does realize. I love the slow burn, the wit in this book. I love it. The fact that there isn't much to do also in this world, it's just like there's no, I know that I'm probably like sounding like a technology hoe or whatever, but there's not a lot to do. I can't imagine just like the books that they talk about, they don't really sound interesting to me. They sound like those kind of like nature books or something like that. Anyway, number 2 is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. In this book we have Lucy and Josh, and it's the haters to lovers trope, which I also love. I love tropes. I like cliches, I discovered. And what I also like about this, like in both of Sally Thorne's books that she's released, is that she loves big men, and Josh is a big man, and I love Josh's physicality, and Lucy's kind of like tiny, and I like that kind of pairing. And when Lucy also realizes that, hey, when she realizes that she's in love with Josh and she starts like panicking, that's one of my favorite like parts of the books. And Josh is like, don't panic, I knew that you would be like this, I knew it. And another part of the book that I really like is that because they haters at some point, they hate each other at some point of the book, hate each other, and they work together. Like Josh at work would not laugh at all, would not like smile at Lucy. He was just like serious, competitive kind of thing. And then when he finally like tells Lucy that, hey, I love you and everything like that, he tells her about like the fact that each time he'd get out from work, he'd sit in his car like laughing over the fact that they were making fun of each other, like being competitive, like hysterically laughing in his car. And I really like that aspect of the book so much, and I'm gritting so much right now. And number 3 is Annabelle and Owen in Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. They get first friends to lovers kind of thing. What I really love about this relationship is that Owen is there for Annabelle, and he believes Annabelle like the first time that Annabelle tells Owen that, oh, this guy raped me. And I like the fact that the relationship the way that the relationship is kind of like explored and how it develops, because healing after a rape or like a trauma is very, very difficult, and sometimes getting to relationships is like a very difficult thing to get into. And I like how they were there for each one another, and how Owen was there for Annabelle, and yeah, love that. And number 4 is Patroclus and Achilles and the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I'm still reading the Iliad. I'd never read it before. I just knew about Achilles. And reading this book and this reimagination of the story and the depth just moves me to another world. Like, yay, gay rights. Okay, I don't know. I love this book. I love tragedies in general, and it's so detailed, and like they're friends at some point, but like the fact that Achilles is so, I mean, depending on like your interpretation of it, but like Achilles is so overt about the fact that Patroclus, I love you like this. And Patroclus is like sometimes like confused, because Achilles is like this half god. He's like a beautiful man, a beautiful boy kind of thing. And Patroclus is still in his shell. And he's like confused because he knows that he loves Achilles, but like he doesn't know if Achilles like reciprocates, like loves him back kind of thing. And yeah, love it. I mean, I know that Homer wrote it first, but like Madeline Miller, yeah. And number 5 is Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda by Becky Albertalli. So I love Simon and Blue in this book. They are so cute. The emails are so cute. And they're just like, it's a chaotic book because Simon is very chaotic. And I just really, really liked it. There isn't like much to say because I don't think there's a lot of dialogue. And I mean, Simon is just like fishing, like trying to figure out who Blue is at some most of the time in the book. And when he does finally, like obviously, and they get it together and everything like that, but there was even like mentioning of Blue's legs, I think, because he's a soccer player, and it's so cute. Anyway, the bonus mentions is Noah and Brian and I'll Give You the Sun, Maggie and Garth and Angels by Marion Keyes. I won't like necessarily get into the details of that. And Kainene and I'm joking. I was gonna say Kainene and Vengeance in what's this half of the yellow slide by Chimamanda, but that's a joke. Maybe like Karl Marx and Frederick Engels for Friendships. I'm joking. Yeah, this was so much fun to do. Like, thanks Sam for like getting me to do this. I'm like smiling, my cheeks hurt, and bye.